Meditation, using guided sleep meditation, music meditation, and other forms to your advantage, by Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens. Chapter 1. Mindfulness and Meditation. It's simple to get caught up in a pattern of crazy thoughts, thinking of a shopping list of things that really need to get done, ruminating on past events or could-be situations of the future, and learning mindfulness can help. However, exactly what is mindfulness? It can be defined as a frame of mind that includes being fully concentrated on the now so you can recognize, admit to, and accept your thoughts, emotions, and feelings without judgment. Mindfulness meditation is a mental training practice that teaches you how to slow down racing thoughts, let go of negative feelings, and calm both your body and mind. Mindfulness strategies can vary, but in general, mindfulness meditation includes a breathing practice and consciousness of body and mind. Practicing mindfulness meditation doesn't need props or preparation. No need for candle lights, essential oils, or mantras, unless you enjoy them. To begin, all you really need is a comfy and nice spot to sit, 3 to 5 minutes of leisure time, and a judgment-free mindset. How to begin? Learning mindfulness meditation is simple enough to practice by yourself, but a teacher or program can also help you begin, particularly if you're practicing meditation for specific health reasons. Here are some basic steps to help you get started on your own. Reserve meditation time. Whether you set your alarm 30 minutes before little ones rise, or set aside time to wind down some minutes just before bedtime, do your best to carve out a time each day to practice mindfulness meditation. And do not be too hard on yourself if life gets in the way. Just try again tomorrow. Get comfortable. Go to a quiet and comfortable place. Sit in a chair or on the floor with your head, neck, and back straight but not stiff. It is also useful to wear comfortable, loose-fitting clothing so you are not distracted. Consider a timer. While it's not really needed, a timer, preferably with a soft, gentle alarm, can help you fixate on meditation and ignore time, and eliminate any excuses you have for stopping and doing anything else. Because lots of people lose track of time while practicing meditation, it can also guarantee you're not meditating for too long. Be sure to allow yourself time after meditation to become aware of where you are and get up slowly. Focus on breathing. Become mindful of your breath, attuning to the feeling of air moving in and out of your body as you breathe. Feel your stomach rise and fall, and the air enter your nostrils and leave your mouth. Pay attention to the way each breath changes and is different. When thoughts come up in your mind, do not ignore or reduce them. Simply note them, stay calm, and use your breathing as an anchor. Give yourself a break. If you find yourself getting carried away in your thoughts, whether with concern, fear, anxiety, or hope, observe where your mind went without judgment, and just return to your breathing. Don't be hard on yourself if this happens. The practice of going back to your breath and refocusing on the present is the practice of mindfulness. Download an app. If you're having trouble practicing mindfulness meditation by yourself, consider downloading an app like Calm or Headspace that provides free meditations and shows you a range of tools to help you get centered throughout your day. Mindfulness in your everyday life. As you practice mindfulness meditation, it helps to find ways to bring mindfulness into your daily life, particularly on those days when life is too busy to take a minute alone. Mindfulness meditation is one strategy, but everyday activities and tasks supply lots of opportunities for mindfulness practice. You can do most things mindfully, says Monahan. Anytime that you're resting your attention in the present moment, and whatever you're doing or experiencing, you are practicing being mindful, she says. Not only does this enrich the present moment, activity, or experience you are engaging in, but it also permits you to be present in your time instead of returning to the past or into the future. Brushing your teeth. Feel your feet on the floor, the brush in your hand, and your arm going up and down. Doing the dishes. Savor the gut feeling of the warm water in your hands, the look of the bubbles, and the noises of the pans clunking on the bottom of the sink. Doing some laundry. Pay close attention to the odor of the clean outfits and the feel of the fabric. Add a focus component and count your breaths as you fold laundry. Driving. Turn off the radio or put on something relaxing like classical music. Imagine your spine growing tall. Find the halfway point between relaxing your hands and grasping the wheel too firmly. And anytime you see your mind wandering, bring your attention back to where you and your car are in space. Working out. Instead of watching television while on the treadmill, try concentrating on your breathing and where your feet are in space as you move. Getting kids ready for bed. Get down to the exact same level as your kids. Search in their eyes, listen more than you talk, and appreciate any snuggles. When you unwind, they will also. Particularly when you're new to mindfulness meditation, you likely have a lot of questions about how it works, how it can help you, and what to do if you just cannot seem to get in the now. Here are some answers to common questions to consider. What are the benefits of mindfulness meditation? Routine practice of mindfulness meditation has benefits for your physical and your mental health, including playing a crucial role in the management of anxiety, tension, depression, sleep disorders, relationship issues, and eating addictions. How long and how often should I practice? The goal is to make mindfulness meditation a regular practice, which does not necessarily mean that you need to do it every day. Research studies have realized that meditating 3 to 4 times each week can have big benefits, and frequently meditating for 8 weeks will actually change the brain, according to neuroimaging studies. While some individuals meditate for longer sessions, even several minutes each day can make a difference. Begin with a short 5-minute meditating session and boost your sessions by 10 or 15 minutes until you're comfortable practicing meditation for a half hour at a time. What if I can't stop my thoughts while practicing meditation? The great news is that meditation isn't about stopping your thoughts, says Megan Monahan, author of Don't Dislike, Meditate. As long as you have a pulse, you are going to have some thoughts, she reassures us. It's almost as if you're overhearing a discussion that you're not getting involved in, Monahan explains. And when you notice that you have gotten involved in the thoughts in your mind, in the noises around you, or the physical sensations, you find your way back to your point of focus. How long will it take until I start noticing improvements? At the start of your practice, meditation will feel much like sitting and doing absolutely nothing, says Monahan. The advantages of meditation show up beyond your meditation, so start to search for the benefits of meditation in your life. This is an example. If you have more focus when listening to your partner, you may become more intimate and connected in your relationship. One of the very best ways to see those benefits is to get actually clear on why you're practicing meditation, says Monahan. If you can bear in mind what's encouraging you, desire to be less stressed, or to sleep better, to cultivate more self-love, etc., you'll have a much easier time staying committed to the practice and will more quickly notice when the benefits reveal themselves in your life outside of your practice. Obviously, life can obstruct. Perhaps your child calls for help while you're cleaning the dishes, or a tricky traffic circumstance suggests that you need to be even more concentrated on the roadway. But making the most of daily chances when they are available to you can help build a more consistent mindfulness practice. Even if you are not settling into a seated position for half an hour each day, just several minutes of being present can reap significant benefits. Chapter 2: How to Sit when Practicing Meditation. Beyond being committed to an everyday practice, learning the best way to sit when meditating is the primary step in learning how to practice meditation. Given the meditation steps and fundamental skills detailed here for 1 week, consider it a 1-week meditation experiment. Make a commitment to follow these early steps each day of the week. What you'll do. Sitting is the best position for starting meditation. If you lie down, especially in the beginning, you run the risk of losing awareness and going to sleep. Sitting in an alert position keeps you awake and focused, but frees your mind from having to process information, like where to put your feet. While you are sitting, you are going to practice fixating on something. It can be an image, a word, or your breath. Standard meditation for stress management. How it actually works. Meditation is all about making the mind still while keeping the body awake but relaxed. In order for mental stillness to happen, you must initially make your body still. To do that, you're going to sit. While you are sitting, your mind will want to roam everywhere from your lists with chores to your concerns or events to where you want to go on a trip. To help make the mind still, you are going to focus on a single thing. That gives your mind an attention on a single focal point. You can do this by repeating a word or counting your breaths, either silently or aloud. Most mantras are in Sanskrit, which gives your mind a useless idea and, in turn, doesn't generate new thoughts. Get inspired for week 1. Meditation isn't about making your brain stop thinking. That's unrealistic. Your brain does not stop creating thoughts even when you're asleep. Meditation is actually about not supporting the ideas that follow or get into your mind. By developing your skill of releasing of thoughts, emotions, and ideas that spontaneously happen, you will be able to experience the soothing benefits of meditation, which include relaxation, decreased stress, more acute perspectives on your problems, enhanced creative skill, and increased energy. But all of it starts with learning how to sit for meditation. The steps: schedule, sit, and focus. Schedule. You are going to need to arrange 5 minutes each day to just meditate. To build a sustainable routine, These 5 minutes should be the same time every day. Ensure that you will not be disrupted by anything during this time. Turn your phone off and eliminate any background sounds that you have control over. Sit. Learning how to sit while practicing meditation is just one of the first challenges for most beginner meditators. For one, sit comfortably in an alert position. You can sit in a chair with feet flat on the floor or on a cushion put on the floor with legs crossed. Any seated position is fine as long as you're comfortable. Sit up tall with your back as straight as possible, unwinding your shoulders down and back, widening your chest. Keep your head level and look partially downward. Pick something to fixate on, like a word, your breath, or something in your eye line. Your objective is only to sit and to be still, so no taking a look around the room. If you are not using a visual focal point, you may also close your eyes to keep from diversions. Keep your hands anywhere that's still and comfortable. They can be in your lap or with palms face up or down on your knees or thighs. Focus. Choose one of the following to concentrate on. Pick a word that has some meaning to you, like peace, quiet, or calm. Repeat that word or short mantra softly aloud or in your mind as you sit. Count your breaths. Every time you breathe out, count to 4. Then, count to 4 once again on your inhale. This will bring your attention to your breath while also encouraging much deeper, controlled breathing. Tips to help you along the way. If you are repeating a word or counting and lose track, do not worry. Just go back to what you are doing. You can expect to lose track at times throughout meditation. It's typical. What matters is that you don't harp on it, but instead return your focus. Pick a time of day when you can quickly remember to practice meditation, like right after you get dressed for the day, or right after you eat breakfast. If you have some trouble finding a time or place to practice meditation, consider meditating in your car while parked. You can meditate before starting your automobile in the morning or when you reach the car park at work. Concentrate on your posture. Try to sit straight up, straight through the entire meditation session. It may be difficult at first as you build muscle strength. Use a timer. A timer, preferably one with a soft, mild alarm, can help prevent you from just wondering how long you have been meditating. Just set the timer and ignore it. Do not worry about meditation poses, hand positions, or anything else you may have read or seen about meditation. You can check out more positions after you have developed a routine of day-to-day meditation. Bear in mind that the most crucial thing is sitting and focusing every day. You are building a meditation routine. Do not worry about not doing it right or whether or not it is working. Just sit and focus. The rest will follow with time and practice. If you are feeling ambitious, add a second practice session to your day. A session in the early morning and one at the end of the day can be very intriguing. Notice how your mind behaves in a different way at different times of the day. Perhaps in the morning, it is much easier to sit calmly. Or perhaps you are revved up and thinking about the day ahead. By exploring different times of day, you will be strengthening your meditation routine. Chapter 3. How to fit meditation into your day. In some cases, The biggest obstacle in learning a new skill or practice like meditation is learning how to fit it into your routine. Almost everybody has those days when it is a task to even have showered, let alone setting time aside to sit quietly and meditate. Here, you are going to learn how to fit your meditation practice into your busy life, perhaps when you need it the most. Give the abilities outlined right below a shot for 1 week. Consider it a 1-week experiment in learning how to take what you've learned into the real world. Make a commitment to follow these basic steps each day of the week. What you should do. A really good meditation practice does not end when the timer goes off. Too often, once a meditation session stops, it could only take a moment before you get caught up in the stresses and regimens of the day, and a lot of the benefits of having had practiced meditation are erased. Meditation must not be seen as a short-lived break, but rather a transformative process that enhances your life and the lives around you. Today, we will work on bringing meditation off the cushion and into the rest of your life. How it happens. By including brief tip or mini practices into your day, you can maintain some of the advantages of meditation all day long. By using a few basic methods to accomplish a brief meditative state, you'll have the ability to work your meditation practice into your daily activities to achieve long-lasting calm and focus. Get inspired for week 4. With these practices, you will have the ability to evoke a meditative state, however quick, when you need some calm or creative skill in your life. Doing meditations in a range of environments will help you stay focused and in control of your mind. You will not be as influenced by impulsive emotions and will have the ability to focus more on what you would like to do. The steps to practice meditation each day. Here are 6 methods for working meditation and the mindfulness that comes with it into your everyday life. Just try, at the very least, one of these each day this week to find out what works best for you. Chore meditation. Any recurring task can be developed into a meditation simply by adding a focus aspect. You can count your breaths while you are cleaning up counters, folding laundry, or cleaning windows, for example. Any chore that's automated in nature and doesn't need decision-making while you are doing it works well. Take a moment for mindfulness. Strolling meditation. While walking, link your breathing with your steps. A standard walking meditation practice, made well known by Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, is to take a big step with each breath. This slow walking meditation practice can be really effective. If you don't have the time or place for slow walking, then just breathe with every 2 or 3 steps while walking down the hall, across the park, or in a store. Exercise meditation. Turn exercise into meditation by focusing your psychological energy on your body. Picture the pull and push of your muscles. Feel how your body with dignity adapts to your movements. Be impressed at your balance. Even better, experiment with a workout program that is rooted in breath and mindfulness, like yoga or Tai Chi. 2 breaths. Taking 2 basic mindful breaths can engage your meditative state at any point in the day. Take 2 breaths before making a phone call, responding to an email, or starting your vehicle. This is a good way to bring meditation into your day dozens of times, specifically in the midst of a busy or difficult day when you really need it the most. Sound hint. Choose a specific sound and take 2 breaths whenever you hear it. Generally, monks would do this when they heard the wind chimes and bells of the temple. Pick a sound that happens frequently in your setting. You could take a 5-second time out in your thinking whenever you hear another person's mobile phone, for example. Transitions. Transitions are times when you move from one setting to another. Coming home from work, for example, is a shift from your professional self to your personal self. Entering into some conferences, you might shift into a completely different personal style so as to get something done. Lunch break could be a shift for you as well. Traditionally, monks would stop briefly every time they crossed a limit and transitioned from one space to the next. Pick a few transitions in your everyday life, like entering into your car, walking into your office, and opening your front door. And take a 5-second meditative pause before entering the new setting. Perhaps you will even make more opening a specific computer program or checking your email a shift. Do not be lured to substitute these practices for your everyday meditation. You must maintain your daily habit of sitting and focusing. That routine will enable you to use these practices efficiently. You literally grow your meditation muscles by sitting and focusing. Those new applications are about using that new strength in your life for an extra increase. In the first stages, try to choose practices that you can do when you're alone. It's challenging to take 2 mindful breaths while speaking with a person, or even when you are in a scenario where other people can watch you. Your vehicle is a good place for a bit of personal privacy. While you are working on your home computer or doing laundry, these are also great times for these meditation moments. Look at an anatomy book and marvel at the physical body. As you go through the day, you could do an exercise meditation that concentrates on whatever activity your body is performing. You can just be walking, typing, or going up the stairs. Imagine how the muscles and nerves work. Be impressed by your own physical body. If you want to do more, then try developing a mindfulness practice. In mindfulness, the basic idea is to be aware of whatever you are doing. The opposite of mindfulness is an automated action. Pick something you do often throughout the day, like opening a door. Can you see yourself opening the door each time? Are you actually present as you open up the door? Are you aware of your hand on the door opening, your body crossing through, and the door closing behind you? Or is it an automated process without awareness? Develop your mindfulness skills by picking something that you do often and trying to be familiar with yourself doing it each time. It's a lot harder than it sounds, and it takes practice. Chapter 4. The Significance of Music Meditation. Music has a lot of fantastic advantages for stress management and general health. It can help you soothe your physiology without making a mindful effort, and that can minimize tension from your mind. Music can also raise your mood, slow your breathing, and produce other stress-inducing changes. Meditation is also one of the most well-known stress management techniques for good reason. It brings short-range advantages, like a calm mind and body, and it can build strength towards stress with time. Combining music with meditation can deepen the positive results of both and bring you greater stress relief. As an included benefit, for many individuals who are novices to meditation, or who are perfectionists, music meditation can feel simpler and more immediately relaxing than other forms of practice. It is a tension relief method anybody can use. With regular practice, this meditation can help you to better manage whatever tension comes. Time required. While 20 minutes is a really good minimum time for music meditation, even one song can help reduce tension and restore energy. Guidelines for music meditation. Select meditation music that can help you relax. This means finding music that you enjoy listening to. If you don't enjoy classical music, for example, do not choose it. You should also try to find music that has a slower pace, and preferably without lyrics, which can be disruptive and engage your mindful mind, the part of your mind that we hope to slow down. Enter a comfortable position and relax. Most people think that they really need to sit with their legs crossed a certain way or use a meditation cushion. But truly, whatever position you feel is comfortable is the position you should try. Some stay away from lying down just because they go to sleep this way if they're tired. You can experiment and decide what is right for you. And when you have found your position, close your eyes, unwind your muscles, and breathe through your diaphragm. Let your shoulders, your stomach, and even the muscles in your face unwind. Take in deeply through your nose, carefully expanding your belly instead of your chest, then exhale through your mouth. Stay focused on the music. If you find yourself thinking of other things, or even thinking thoughts about the music, gently reroute your attention to the present moment, the sound of the music, and the feelings in your body that the music stimulates. You should try to actually feel the music. Continue this practice for some minutes until your time runs out. As thoughts come into your head, carefully let them go and reroute your attention to the sound of the music, the present moment, and the physical sensations you feel. The objective of this practice is to quiet your inner voice and just be. So just be with the music and completely immerse yourself, and you'll feel more relaxed relatively rapidly. Some ideas are these. You could want to start out with just several tunes and work your way up to a longer practice. If you find that the music brings a ton of thoughts, memories, and internal monologue, then switch to a very different type of music. Important music can come in many forms, and that includes classical, jazz, new age, and more. And it can be less disruptive than other types of music. You can time your practice with the number of songs you choose, so you don't need to worry if you happen to be taking more time than you have. If you find yourself thinking too much, then do not beat yourself up about it. This is natural for those starting meditation practice. Instead, praise yourself on noticing the internal discussion and rerouting your attention to the present moment. Chapter 5. Getting started with guided sleep meditation. Guided sleep meditation is an approach for helping you let go of worrying thoughts and relax your body before going to bed. Just like other methods of meditation, this practice includes moving your focus away from your thoughts to feelings in your body. Regular practice of guided sleep meditation has been revealed to improve sleep, which means that this approach is an essential strategy that you can use and help in reducing issues falling asleep and staying asleep. According to the American Sleep Association, around 30% of adults have short-range issues with insomnia, and about 10% have chronic difficulties with falling and/or staying asleep. What's more, around a third of grown-ups report typically getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night. Given that grown-ups need 7 to 9 hours of sleep to work best, and teens need a lot more, 8 to 10 hours, it's not surprising that techniques for improving sleep are being more well-known. Better sleep can contribute to reducing tension and an enhanced body immune system. Nevertheless, attaining restful sleep can be hard if you're fighting tension and anxiety. It can be just as hard to silence your mind. Many concerns around sleep begin with your thinking procedures during the night. This is where guided sleep meditation can help. In basic terms, guided sleep meditation involves practicing meditation before sleep, usually while you are laying in bed. While you can practice sleep meditation by yourself, directed practice typically means that you listen to an audio recording that directs you through the steps of the guided sleep meditation. The objective of guided sleep meditation is to reduce the impact of fretting thoughts and tension in your body on your sleep. By learning how to shift your focus and unwind your body, you'll start to see enhancements in your ability to fall and stay asleep. Advantages. Meditation helps you to rest in the present moment. When you lie your head on the pillow during the night, it's likely that you start to focus on the thoughts that you were repressing during the day. Without any outside diversions, it can be difficult to control runaway thoughts that may cause anxiety and depression. Guided sleep meditation allows you to let go of the thoughts that are swirling and rest your mind. Because of that, this activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps to decrease your heart rate and slow down the breathing rate in your body. All of these modifications will prepare you for sleep. You might even find yourself drifting off to sleep in the middle of the meditation practice. It is essential to keep in mind that guided sleep meditation is not about forcing yourself to sleep. Sleep must be a side benefit of the practice, which is aimed at unwinding your body and slowing your mind. You should also see daytime benefits of doing guided sleep practice, since getting enough sleep at night is connected to how you feel during the day. The best guided sleep meditations will include that you are following along with some audio guide, which you can play on earphones or on a little speaker beside your bed. The objective is to not have to think too much about what you are doing. Rather, you let yourself be guided by the voice on the recording. With time, you should find it much easier to jump into the meditation and follow the prompts. So do not forfeit too early if you find in the beginning that you can't relax or relax doing the meditation. Steps. If you wish to follow a directed meditation, find an audio recording that you can use like the ones provided by UCLA. A common guided sleep meditation will have you rerouting your attention from your worried thoughts toward your body through what is called a body scan. This actually involves leading your attention from the thoughts to noticing the feelings in your body without attempting to change them. Throughout the meditation, you are going to move through the numerous parts of your body, from your head down to your toes, seeing different feelings such as heaviness, stress, tingling, temperature level, and tightness. As you move through every body part, you'll be instructed to gently relax and release tension by breathing into that part. You will also be directed to let your worrying thoughts or any thoughts that you have move past you as if they are clouds drifting in the sky or leaves drifting down a river. As you do this, your body will begin to soften and relax, and you'll breathe more deeply. In addition to the body scan, guided sleep meditation can involve the following. Breathing exercise. For instance, you could be asked to count as you take in and out, which permits your body to slow down and sends out the signal that it is time to sleep. Visualization. Through visualization, you would imagine a tranquil scene, which would help you enter a trance-like state, similar to what's induced in the process of hypnosis. Thankfulness. A meditation concentrated on gratitude would have you practice a focus on being grateful and demonstrating a loving compassion to yourself. Research. In a 2015 study released in JAMA, it was revealed that mindfulness meditation was more reliable for enhancing sleep than a sleep hygiene intervention with 49 older grown-ups. The Mindful Consequences Practice, MAP, interference that was used occurred over 6 weeks for 2 hours weekly. It was also discovered that the results on sleep carried over into daytime problems, with tiredness and depression being lowered. While this is a small preliminary research study, it suggests that guided sleep meditation might be more effective than sleep hygiene practices alone, meaning going to sleep at a particular time each night, not using electronic devices before bed. Sleep health. Below are some basic sleep hygiene practices that you can use in addition to the guided sleep meditation. Limit the use of blue light gadgets in the last hour before bed, like cell phone and computer systems. Go to sleep at the exact same time each night and force yourself to get up at the exact same time each morning. Purchase a unique light that stimulates sunshine to help you wake up at a particular time. Use dark blinds to make your room dark if you really need to go to bed at peculiar hours. Maintain a cooler temperature level in your room for better sleep. Minimize sound in your bedroom, besides white noise. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water each day. Get routine exercise, like walking or practicing yoga. Wear comfortable pajamas, like cotton that are breathable. Keep a gratitude diary before bed. Directed sleep meditation can be practical if you live with sleeping disorders. Aside from practicing meditation, ensure that your sleep hygiene is in place to permit relaxing sleep. If you still find that anxiety plagues you during the night, traditional treatment like cognitive behavioral therapy or medication could be useful. Chapter 6. Can routine meditation help you live longer? Meditation is the practice of quieting the mind and focusing inwardly for a set period of time. It is an age-old practice that has acquired modern reliability as an effective way to reduce tension, promote relaxation, and increase memory, concentration, and state of mind. But can it actually help you live a longer life? Scientific proof suggests routine meditation can improve mental conditions like anxiety and depressive thoughts, which in turn can affect mortality. Meditation has been proven to reinforce the body's immune system and decrease levels of cortisol, called the stress hormonal agent. Elevated levels of cortisol are connected to a higher mortality through heart-related conditions such as atherosclerosis, and metabolic syndrome. Research shows that regular meditation might result in less visits to the doctor and shorter medical facility stays. Even hazardous abdominal fat may be lowered with routine meditation, according to a 2011 research study. Research. A review of 2 randomized controlled trials was released in the American Journal of Cardiology and was focused on taking a look at the effects of meditation, specifically on death. The first group included individuals with mild hypertension who lived in a senior house with an average age of 81 years. The second group included community-dwelling older adults with a typical age of 67 years. Participants were divided into groups and given direction in either transcendental meditation, mindfulness meditation, psychological relaxation, or progressive muscle relaxation methods. The control group individuals were offered general health education classes. Transcendental meditation, or TM, is described as a simple technique that includes sitting conveniently with the eyes closed for 15 to 20 minutes per session, twice a day, to achieve a state of relaxing awareness. Mindfulness meditation training concentrates on breathing and observing thoughts dispassionately as they show up in the mind. Research study subjects using psychological relaxation methods were motivated to repeat an expression or verse to themselves during each session. Finally, subjects using progressive muscle relaxation were coached to gradually release tension in each major muscle group to promote an overall state of calm. Individuals were examined after 3 months. The transcendental meditation groups from both trials reported substantially lower high blood pressure than the other meditation and control groups, but it's the long-lasting data that is the most interesting. The scientists acted on the original trials to figure out the crucial status of the participants, which was obtained from the National Death Index kept by the National Center for Health Statistics. Of the 202 subjects in the original 2 clinical trials, 101 had passed away on follow-up. Those deaths were coded based on the International Classification of Diseases, ICD-9, to identify the cause of death. The results exposed that after approximately 7.6 years, up to a maximum of practically 19 years, the subjects practicing TM were 23% less likely to die of any cause throughout that period and 30% not as likely to die of heart disease at the time of the same period. Subjects were also 49% less likely to die of cancer during the follow-up period. Durability. The authors of the review suggest that the benefits of meditation are almost as good as those resulting from drug therapy for hypertension without the adverse effects, though they don't advise using meditation instead of medication, showed to lower high blood pressure. According to the authors, this is the first long-lasting analysis of the impact of non-drug treatments on the death rate for individuals with raised high blood pressure. 2 crucial questions stay. Will medication improve durability for the ones with typical high blood pressure? And which type of relaxation or meditation method provides the greatest longevity advantage? Though future research may answer these questions with greater certainty, many are happily satisfied with the boosts of energy and well-being that meditation offers in the short term. This has been Meditation, using guided sleep meditation, music meditation, and other forms to your advantage, by Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens. Meditation. Techniques for Stress Management and Breathing by Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens. Chapter 1. Meditation Strategies to get you up and going. Meditation is widely advised as a health-boosting practice, and for great reason. It provides many positive benefits, from minimizing symptoms of tension to releasing physical complaints like headaches and even boosting resistance to disease. Between the health benefits and the fact that it's free and requires as few as 5 minutes, it's easy to see why meditation has become a well-known enhancement to standard medicine. Fundamental Principles of Meditation. Though it can be practiced in different ways, some typical threads run through virtually all meditation methods. Focuses mind. It is a typical mistaken belief that meditation triggers the mind to end up being quiet. In reality, your mind is typically in thought. Though your thoughts may not be as fast, it is very common for your mind to be active when you are practicing meditation. The key is to acknowledge this with compassion while bringing the focus back to the breath anytime you can. Meditation is a lot like training a puppy to sit, the mind being the puppy, the breath being the trainer. Remaining in the now. Rather than concentrating on the past or future, all meditative practices involve focusing on the present. Remaining in the now includes experiencing each moment, letting it go, and then experiencing the next. Concentrating on the here and now takes practice, as many of us live the majority of our lives thinking to the future or pondering on the past. Modified state of awareness. With time, keeping a peaceful mind and focusing on the present can result in an altered level of awareness that isn't a sleeping state, but isn't rather your average wakeful state either. Meditation increases brain activity in a region of the brain connected with joy and positive thoughts and emotions, and some evidence shows that routine practice brings extensive positive changes in these areas. Meditation strategies. Scientists typically classify meditation techniques into 2 different categories: concentrative and non-concentrative. Concentrative strategies involve focusing on a specific item that's usually beyond oneself, like a candle light's flame, the sound of an instrument, or a mantra. Non-concentrative meditation, on the other hand, could include a broader focus, such as the noises in your environment, internal body states, and even your own breathing. Bear in mind that there can be an overlap with these techniques. Meditation can be non-focused or focused. There are various ways to practice meditation. Think of the following categories of meditation techniques as a jumping-off point to comprehend the practices and distinctions among some of the main choices, rather than an extensive list. Standard meditation. This includes sitting in a comfortable position and using the breath as a point of focus. If you find yourself sidetracked by other thoughts or find your mind wandering, gently redirect your focus back to your breaths. Focused meditation. With focused meditation, you concentrate on something with intent without engaging your thoughts on it. You can zero in on something visual, like a statue, something auditory, like a metronome or recording of ocean waves, something constant, like your own breathing, or a simple concept, like genuine compassion. Some people find it easier to do this than to focus on nothing, but the idea is the same. Remaining in the present moment, preventing the continuous stream of commentary from your conscious brain, and enabling yourself to slip into a transformed state of consciousness. Activity-oriented meditation. Activity-oriented meditation integrates meditation with activities you might already enjoy, or with new activities that help you concentrate on the present. With this type of meditation, you engage in a repetitive activity, or one where you can get in the zone and experience flow. Again, this silences the mind and enables your brain to make the transition. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness can be a kind of meditation that, like activity-oriented meditation, does not actually seem like meditation. Mindfulness just includes staying in the present moment instead of thinking about the future or the past. Again, this can be more difficult than it appears. Concentrating on experiences you feel in your body is one way to stay in the now. Focusing on feelings where you feel them in your body, not analyzing why you feel them, but just experiencing them as sensations, is another. Spiritual meditation. Though meditation is not specific to any one faith, it can definitely be a spiritual practice. You can meditate on a singular question till a response comes, or practice meditation to clear your mind and accept whatever comes that day. Many individuals also practice Kundalini meditation for mind and body connection. Whichever technique you choose, bear in mind that a constant practice, even just quieting the mind for 5 minutes a day, is better than sessions that are longer but irregular. In the end, the best meditation method, and the one that will help you gain the most positive advantages, is one you can stay with. Chapter 2. Basic Meditation for Stress Management. With practice, meditation becomes more of an easy routine to maintain, and more of a reliable one also, considered that it builds durability to stress gradually. Putting in the effort to learn and practice meditation can actually change your experience of tension in your life. There are many different ways to meditate, and this method is one of the most fundamental. With practice, you can use this strategy to feel inner peace whenever you really need it. How to begin a standard meditation practice. Here's how to begin a basic meditation practice. Step 1. Get into a comfy position. Choose where and how you will sit. Most people like to sit in a comfortable chair, while others choose to sit cross-legged on the ground. You may want to have the ability to entirely unwind while still staying awake. Ensure that your posture is correct. It is much easier to stay awake through long meditations if your back is straight. If you start your meditation practice with this in mind, your body will end up being used to the position as you carry on to longer time periods. Pointer. Should you feel your shoulders drop while meditating, simply correct the alignment of your back up. A straight back will also prevent soreness during longer meditations. If you choose to sit in a chair, sit to the front of the seat and place your feet strongly on the floor. This will improve your posture and help you focus on your practice. Step 2. Close your eyes carefully. When you're in a comfortable position, look into the distance with a soft look, then slowly lower your covers. Keep your jaw slack and slightly open as well. You want to relax all of your facial muscles. Pointer. Do not squeeze your eyes tight. If you feel your face tighten up, gradually open your eyes, refocus on that soft look, and lower them again. At this stage, your goal is to relax every part of your body. If you feel some stress in certain parts of your body, take a deep breath and enable it to relax you. Step 3. Put thoughts aside. While you cannot control your thoughts, you can control how much power they have over you. This does not mean you should neglect or reduce them, but just remain calm, note them, and after that, use your breathing to bring you back to the moment. Learning to do this throughout your meditation practice can help you to let things enter the rest of your life also. Suggestion: if you get carried away in your thoughts, do not be hard on yourself. Take a moment without judgment to observe where your mind went off to, and after that, go back to your breathing. Step 4. Keep going. That's it, truly. Keep putting aside any thoughts that may pop into your mind. The silent spaces between thoughts will end up being longer and more regular the longer you practice. A few tips to help your meditation practice. Here are a few more suggestions to bear in mind as you move along on the road to meditation. Give it time. Meditation takes practice, and a lot of it. If you are expecting to do it perfectly, you could actually create more stress than you ease. There is no perfect meditation session, and if you go into it with an expectancy of excellence, you could let yourself down and will not want to persevere. Start small and work up to longer sessions. Begin with a brief session of 5 minutes. After you are comfortable, move to 10 or 15 minutes until you are comfortable meditating for 30-minute sessions. With practice, this kind of meditation becomes easier and more reliable. You will come out of a meditation session feeling relaxed and revitalized, ready to face the rest of your day. Track your time and set goals. It can be easy to lose track of time while practicing meditation, and 2 minutes can look like an eternity when you are just beginning. This can trigger you to worry and have thoughts like, "Is my time up?" or "Have I meditated long enough?" Those thoughts defeat the purpose of clearing your mind. To combat this, you may want to set a timer. Use an app on your phone and set it for the amount of time you want to practice meditation during that session. Be sure to use a gentle tone or set it to vibrate so it does not shock you when the time is up. Then switch off the screen and unwind. With practice, you may eventually find yourself saying, "Wow, that was 10 minutes? I could go longer." When you are comfortable, skip the timer and allow your meditations to last as long as needed. Try another style of meditation. If the experience is irritating for you and you do not really want to continue, you could find more success with other kinds of meditation, like the karate breathing meditation. Chapter 3. Karate Breathing Meditation. Meditation is an effective stress reliever. Here is a basic and effective form of meditation that can be helpful for novices and can be learned easily. Whether you use it to prepare for a physical battle or just a taxing day at the office, this fast exercise is a tested tool to help you feel relaxed, alert, and more ready for anything. Step by step. Sit in a comfy position. While most martial artists use the seiza position, with legs below the buttocks, with knees directly in front, lots of people find this position to be uncomfortable. If this is the case, you may also sit cross-legged, anza, or in another position that is more comfortable for you. Close your eyes, but keep your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, direct, and your eyes behind your lids focused ahead. Take a deep, cleansing breath, expanding your belly and keeping your shoulders relaxed. Hold it in for the count of 6. Exhale and repeat 2 more times. Then breathe normally and focus your attention on your breathing. As you breathe, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, still broadening your stomach instead of moving your shoulders up and down. If your thoughts wander towards the stresses of the day ahead or of the day behind you, gently refocus on your breathing and stay in the present moment. Feel the air move in and feel the air vacate. That's it. Continue this for as little or as long as you like, and you should notice that your body is more relaxed and your mind is more focused. Enjoy the rest of your day. Added tips. As you breathe, let your abdomen broaden and contract instead of moving your shoulders up and down. Much deeper breathing is more natural. It resembles how children breathe and gives you increased lung capability. The shallow breathing adults normally use doesn't enable as much oxygenation of the blood. Do not breathe too quickly or too slowly. Just breathe at a natural rate, but more deeply. If you find your thoughts drifting a lot initially, don't worry that you're doing it wrong. Seeing that you have wandered and refocusing to your breathing is part of the practice and something that you're doing right. Try another meditation strategy and find more resources for stress management and learn to better manage stress in your daily life. Chapter 4. Meditate with aromatherapy. There are various ways to practice meditation, and as long as a meditation method offers the chance to quiet the mind and unwind the body, there are many benefits of meditation for health and tension relief. The following method combines the advantages of aromatherapy with the simplicity of focused meditation to produce a simple form of meditation, even for the ones that are new to meditation or find the practice to be tough. Practice this as frequently as you can, and you will feel less stressed in the present moment and build durability toward future tension. The meditation. Enter into a comfy position and light a stick of incense according to the directions. As the trails of smoke curl and waft upwards, just fixate on watching. Let yourself end up being immersed in the different paths and patterns the trail of smoke begins to take. If other thoughts enter into your head, carefully bring your attention back to the trail of smoke left from the incense. Just stay in the present moment and enjoy the basic and sophisticated display. Maintain this process for as long as you have the ability to, taking into consideration the time you have readily available and your ability to focus. You could want to spend only 5 to 10 minutes several times a week at first, and as your capability to focus and stay present grows, extend your sessions and try the practice more frequently. Tips. 1 stick of incense, I like Maroma's lavender stick incense from Whole Foods. While the essence of this meditation is to remain in the present moment, your thoughts will roam initially. As this happens, rather than being critical of yourself for losing focus, congratulate yourself for seeing that your thoughts have crept in, so you can again redirect your focus to the present. According to many specialists in aromatherapy, the best scents for relaxation are lavender, for relaxing properties, sage, for cleansing capabilities, and peppermint, for mental focus. But you can use any scent that resonates with you. Simply because the aroma from stick incense is distributed through smoke, be careful not to get the trails of smoke too close to your face. If you are in a well-ventilated room, there should be no issue from the incense itself, as long as you are not directly inhaling its smoke. If you have problems with burning incense due to respiratory problems, for example, try a very different type of meditation. Chapter 5. Mantra Meditation for Stress Relief. Mantra meditation is one of the easiest to learn meditation techniques. Like other forms of meditation, it can change your tension levels at the moment with a single session, or can change the way you manage stress from now on with repeated practice. And it has the advantage of being basic to learn and personalized to meet your specific needs for tension management. Benefits of mantra meditation. If you read this, you have probably already heard that meditation is a powerhouse of a stress reliever because of all the ways it can enhance your outlook and general health. Meditation has been linked to a decrease of persistent tension, as well as declines in heart rate and high blood pressure, an increase in body immune system performance, and many other advantages. Mantra meditation in particular, transcendental meditation, has also been linked with a reduction in intrusive thoughts, an increase in meaning and lifestyle in HIV patients. It has been connected to decreased stress, anxiety, and anger, and increases in lifestyle in nurses. Another study on veterans realized that mantra meditation decreases the event of invasive thoughts and minimizes stress as well. Lots of people find that mantra meditation is simpler to master when they are starting because it offers an empowering focal point. Many individuals find it tough to keep redirecting their thoughts to the present moment and instead feel that it is much easier to have something more specific to understand onto. The bottom line is, with mantra meditation, you could feel less stressed out after one session. With repeated practice, you might find yourself less reactive to future tension. Practicing mantra meditation is easy. Here's how. Reserve a few minutes and get into a comfortable position. In the beginning, it's best to have a quiet room devoid of distractions. With repeated practice, you might find yourself able to practice mantra meditation wherever and under more disorderly circumstances. Choose a mantra for meditation. A mantra is a word or phrase that you repeat to yourself out loud or quietly. It can be a more classically significant spiritual word like the Hindu Om, or it can be a word expression like calm or I am at peace. The words or sounds you choose aren't important as long as they're basic and comfortable for you to repeat. Close your eyes and repeat your mantra to yourself. As you do so, try to focus on only the sound and feel of your mantra and absolutely nothing else. If you find other thoughts creeping into your head, thank yourself for noticing and carefully redirect your attention to your mantra. Continue for numerous minutes. That's it. Just continue to repeat your mantra and focus on the sound and the way it feels to make the sound. Reroute your attention from interruptions and back to your mantra. You can start with 5 or 10-minute sessions and work up to 20 or 30. With mantra meditation, any practice time is better than none. Tips. Try to practice mantra meditation wherever from a few times each week up to 2 times a day. Most people find it simplest to try for a quick session once a day, so it ends up being a regular habit, but does not take extreme quantities of time. You can repeat the sound silently in your head if you're comfortable with that. There are those that find this to be easier, and when it makes them less uneasy if they live with others. You can also do mantra meditation while walking to combine exercise with meditation. Just use your mantra rhythmically as you step. Chapter 6. Walking Meditation for Stress Relief. Meditation is one of the great tension management techniques because it carries many different benefits. It can help people create psychological and emotional space between them and their stress factors, allowing them to get perspective and get their bearings before tackling the demanding situations at hand. It can also make it possible for people to unwind their mind and body to reverse their tension reaction. In the long term, the advantages are multiplied because meditation practice can lead to greater resilience to future tension. That said, more than a few people have found the practice of meditation to be challenging in the beginning, and this leads to some people quitting on the practice before they really get going with it, because they find it either hard to connect with, counterproductive for their busy mind, or challenging to stick to. Walking meditation offers the advantages of meditation combined with the advantages of exercise, and has the bonus advantage of being easy to learn and practice, thus making walking meditation a great strategy for those new to meditation. If the meditation part feels difficult, you can move in and out of using it as a meditation strategy over the course of a walk, working your way up to remain in a meditative state for longer and longer time periods. In either case, the stress management advantages can originate from a good walk. Here is how the walking meditation works. How to do a strolling meditation. Enter into comfortable clothes and shoes, and set aside some continuous spare time. You can set a timer on your watch if you'd like. Begin walking at a comfortable rate. Really fixate on the experiences that you feel in your body as you walk. Your walk can be at any pace, as long as it feels comfortable. Many individuals prefer a slow speed to actually appreciate each physical experience that's involved, but a hectic walk can end up being immersive also. There's really no wrong way to do it. As you walk, feel the weight of your body on the bottom of your feet. Feel your arms swinging with each stride. If you find thoughts coming into your mind, carefully let them go and reroute your focus to the sensations you're feeling as you walk. Stay concentrated on now. You can also fixate on your breathing as you walk. Try to breathe in for 2 steps and out for 2 or 3, for instance. Focus on keeping your breathing and your steps coordinated, or use mantra meditation strategies by repeating a mantra in your head as you walk, in time with your steps, for example, each 4 steps. If you think it is hard to focus on your breathing and to become lost in idea, this is all right. Just redirect your attention back to your breathing, as you would with any meditation. If this feels discouraging or tough, you can work your way into meditation by listening to music, in particular, music with no lyrics. This can help you to practice concentrating on what's going on at the moment. Once again, if some thoughts about work, money, that fight you had this morning, or other stress factors creep into your head, give yourself a pat on the back for seeing, and carefully redirect your attention to now, to your walking meditation practice. It is optimal to do this for 30 minutes, sometimes a week, but if you only have 10 minutes, or even 5, that's better than no practice at all. Strolling meditation can be useful even in small doses. Tips. Experiment. Try different speeds, different mantras, different styles of breathing, and see what works best for you. Commit more to the practice than to the amount of time you spend. For example, it is more vital to fixate on doing your walking meditation a certain number of times per week than a specific amount of minutes per time. Once it's a routine, you can always work your way into longer sessions. You may also want to use music as a centerpiece. Just take care not to get drawn into thinking about the meaning of the lyrics, or technically, you're no longer meditating. Still, listening to music and exercising bring tension management benefits too. Chapter 7. What is Tai Chi? Something short for Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi is rooted in Chinese medicine, Qiyang to be exact, and is thousands of years old. The practice fuses both martial arts and meditation, which may seem like an unlikely mix. Still, the idea is to slow down both your mind and body by repeating balanced choreography and breath work for about 30 to 60 minutes. Ideally, this culminates in finding a sense of inner peace and serenity. Apart from this, the art of Tai Chi is used to help you improve your physical health. If you were to look at somebody practicing Tai Chi, it would appear almost as though they were moving in slow motion, and it would also be extremely clear that they were quite concentrated on the job at hand. The 5 different types of Tai Chi. There are 5 primary forms or styles of Tai Chi: Chen, Yang, Hao, Wu, Chen, and Sun. Each follows the same principle, which is to integrate meditation and martial arts, but there are some small variations. Chen. Developed in the 1600s, Chen is the oldest and, because of this, the original form of Tai Chi. According to taichi.ca, it was developed by the Chen family in the Chen town and is identified by a combination of slow and after that quick movements, including but not limited to jumping, kicking, and striking. Chen also utilizes a movement called silk reeling, which is essentially a spiral-esque flowing movement that starts at the feet and moves into the hands. Yang. Yang is usually considered to be the most well-known form of Tai Chi and is the most widely practiced around the world today. It was established by Yan Luchi in the mid-1800s and builds off the original Chen style. The difference is that it focuses more on enhancing flexibility through grand sweeping movements that are executed in a sluggish and stylish motion. Just because it doesn't use the quick, fast movements of Chen, it is considered more available and ideal for any ages and fitness levels, which is very likely why it is so popular. Wu. Additionally, One of the most well-known variations of Tai Chi, the Wu version, was developed by Wu Chuan-yu, who was actually trained under Yang. What sets it apart from other forms of Tai Chi is that it focuses on extending the body by leaning forward and backward versus standing in a focused position. In that sense, it very much concentrates on enhancing balance. Sun. The Sun form of Tai Chi was developed by Sun Lutang, a Confucian and Taoist expert who was also an expert at several different forms of Chinese martial arts. This version includes more footwork contrasted with the others, which is paired with soft and silk reeling hand movements. When you see it performed from beginning to end, it very much resembles a lovely choreographed dance. How. How is considered the least well-known of all 5 forms of Tai Chi, mainly just because it is rather nuanced and needs a more advanced skill level. This form places a strong emphasis on controlling the movement of Qi, internal force, and is not recommended for the ones who are new to the art. The advantages of Tai Chi. Tai Chi boasts many benefits to both your inner and external health. The benefits are the most notable, but this isn't an exhaustive list. Eases stress and anxiety. The meditative aspect of Tai Chi, combined with the physical movement, can help soothe your mind, improve focus, and can even help set off the release of feel-good endorphins. Boosts cognitive capabilities. In addition to enhancing your mental health and well-being, Tai Chi has been found to improve cognitive abilities. A 2013 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Sport and Health Science stated that exercise in general improves cognitive function, and scientists specifically recommended Tai Chi for elderly people since it's a gentler and more available form of workout that also combines psychological workouts through repeated choreography. Increases flexibility and dexterity. Comparable to yoga, Tai Chi typically includes extensions of the body that can usually progress with your flexibility and agility. That comes in useful in your day-to-day life, but can also make you more agile and capable in other sports. Enhances balance and coordination abilities. In addition to improving flexibility and dexterity, the detailed yin and yang of Tai Chi movements can help you with balance and coordination. Again, this ability works in your life. Those fine motor skills can even help stop trips, stumbles, and falls, and in other sports. Improves strength and endurance. Similar to any form of workout, Tai Chi can build on your existing strength and stamina. With ongoing practice, you may find you are leaner, that your muscles are more described, and that you have the ability to exercise for longer periods of time. Who can benefit the most from Tai Chi? Anyone can gain from incorporating Tai Chi into their life. Specifically, the Yang, Wu, and Sun forms are probably the most accessible, since they utilize slow and steady movements that even newbies can learn. Given Tai Chi's mild and stylish nature, it's usually considered an exceptional sport of choice for elderly. There are even modern-day alternative versions that you can do sitting in a chair. Also, because Tai Chi involves a mental aspect, it acts as a lovely method to meditate and achieve more inner peace. How to discover and practice Tai Chi. While Tai Chi might seem out of your comfort zone if you happen to not be familiar with it, there are many clubs, fitness studios, and even volunteer organizations around the world that offer classes and sessions. You can even learn how to do Tai Chi essentially with a one-on-one trainer, and even a pre-recorded lesson via social networks, which includes Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And when you have learned the choreography, you'll have the ability to practice from wherever, from your bedroom to your yard. Tai Chi distinctively fuses exercise with meditation. This uncommon mix provides many advantages to both your physical and psychological health, and just because of the slow and constant movements, it's accessible to almost everyone who has an interest in learning and practicing the art. Chapter 8: The Healing of Sound Baths. Although sound baths could appear like a New Age principle, the practice of healing bodies through sound is technically thousands of years old, with deep roots in civilizations across the world. This spiritual cleansing music differs according to place and culture, but it can be as simple as chanting an Om following your yoga session, or as complex as an hour-long experience in a dedicated space with a sound professional. With expert assistance, we have described every little thing you really need to know about what sound baths are, what advantages sound baths may offer to individuals, and how you can experience one yourself. What is a sound bath? In general, a sound bath is a meditative experience where those in attendance are bathed in acoustic waves. These waves are produced by different sources, which includes healing instruments like gongs, singing bowls, percussion, chimes, rattles, tuning forks, and even the human voice itself. The music doesn't have a catchy tune or rhythm like you'd experience at a rock show or symphony, but instead is a carefully chosen wash of instrument and voice with noteworthy resonance and overtones. The intention is actually to change and help balance the energy of the participants. At the time of a sound bath, you don't want to hook into a tune. You don't want to repeat things simply because you don't want the brain to recognize a duplicated beat. Rather, you want individuals to release, and you want the brain to let go, clarifies Tamerlan Miller, the lead sound professional at Naturopathica, Chelsea in New York City. Throughout the sound bath, individuals lie on their backs, at times described as the Sasavana position in yoga, for the whole experience, adds Christina Risacco, a sound healing professional and yoga therapist at Saffron and Sage in San Diego, California. The sound professional facilitates the experience, and at times the entire group takes part with chants, mantras, or rolling ohms. A guided experience like this usually lasts somewhere between 15 and 60 minutes. Benefits of sound baths. The general intent of a sound bath is to create a state of harmony in the listener by using sound to clear discordance from the participants' energy fields. Among the benefits are relaxation, an increased sense of wellness, broadened awareness, and access to inner visionary experience, says Seth Misterka, co-founder of the Crystal Noise Bath in Los Angeles. In addition to helping the body unwind, some healing sound specialists say that sound baths can possibly cultivate physical healing. Miller likens the experience to acupuncture. If you go to an acupuncturist, you likely have energy blocked someplace that the professional helps unlock. The sound bath is similar, but you're using frequency and vibration instead of needles, Miller says. At Naturopathica, we have seen people have specific areas of their body where they can feel things relaxing, or they feel pain literally going away. Although it may sound too good to be true, proving information exists. Numerous research studies have pointed to the healing effects of music and sound therapy. Sound therapy is deeply rooted in science and based upon the principles of quantum physics and sacred geometry. There are hundreds of medical trials and peer-reviewed white paper studies on the healing properties of sound, adds Risako. As a matter of fact, Western medication uses acoustic waves each day in the form of ultrasound innovation, which can be used to break up kidney stones, to name a few things. The perfect prospect. With the exception of counter-indicators, or the ones that shouldn't get involved, like somebody who has had a concussion, the specialists we talked to say that sound baths are great for any person who has an interest in experiencing one. This is the attractiveness of sound baths, says Risako. They are for everyone at any stage of their lives. Since you are lying in savasana or supported savasana the entire time, you do not need athletic capability or versatility to get involved. In fact, sound baths are very helpful for pregnancy, prehab or rehab, young and old, or people who are experiencing disease and trauma. She adds that sound baths might be especially advantageous to a person who has had a difficult time connecting with standard meditation or yoga, but still yearns to experience similar advantages. That rings particularly true if you overthink or have extreme thoughts that make it difficult to practice meditation in a more standard way. Miller agrees and says, for a lot of people, it's much easier to let go in the sound bath versus traditional meditation. I advise people to go when they feel like they really need it. Ideally, you would come weekly, but particularly when you're experiencing overwhelming idea patterns or tension. Arguably, the best part is that you don't need to do anything but appear in comfortable clothing and receive the noises around you while lying peacefully. How to experience a sound bath. Sound baths exist in traditional locations across the nation, and there are even appear sound baths that you can look for that occur in parks, churches, and other common spaces. Yoga and meditation studios typically host these events frequently and are a great place to start your search. Where you live influences how plentiful these chances are, but in general, it shouldn't be too challenging to attend one locally. Risako also highly suggests a one-on-one sound bath experience, specifically if you have a specific injury, physical or otherwise, that you want to target. She says the various frequencies of sound healing instruments, like tuning forks and crystal singing bowls, influence different organs, emotions, diseases, illnesses, chakras, and trauma. Having a sound treatment session personally tuned to your needs is a real game changer. You also have the alternative of acquiring sound healing instruments or using your own voice to produce a sound bath in the home. Though Risako notes that you could find it simpler to enjoy the experience if you're being directed by a specialist. For a middle ground, consider listening to a sound bath recording. Mysterka offers several on his website, and some sound bath apps also exist. Eventually, a sound bath is a subjective experience, and you can check out different sound baths to see what works for you, says Mysterka. Preferably, you should feel that the musician offering a sound bath has positive intents of wellness, love, and healing. It's a special experience that cannot actually be contrasted with other treatments and possibly a wonderful supplement to any healing program or healthcare. Chapter 9. Zen meditation. Zen meditation, also referred to as Zazen, is a meditation method that is rooted in Buddhist psychology. The goal of Zen meditation is to control attention. It's at times referred to as a practice that includes thinking about not thinking. People generally sit in the lotus position, or sit with their legs crossed, throughout Zen meditation and focus their attention inward. Even though certain specialists say this step is accomplished by counting breaths, usually from 1 to 10, others say there's no counting included. What happens throughout Zen meditation? Zen meditation is considered an open monitoring meditation, where monitoring skills are used. Those keeping track of skills are transformed into a state of reflexive consciousness with a broad scope of attention and without focusing on one particular item. Zen meditation is similar to mindfulness in that it's about focusing on the clear-headedness. However, mindfulness concentrates on a certain object, and Zen meditation includes a general awareness. Unlike loving-kindness and compassion meditation, which focuses on cultivating compassion, or mantra meditation, which involves a recitation of a mantra, Zen meditation includes increased consciousness of the continuous physical and self-referential processes. Individuals who practice Zen meditation effort to broaden their attentional scope to integrate the flow of understandings, thoughts, emotions, and subjective awareness. Zen meditation usually includes keeping the eyes semi-open, which is not the same as most other forms of meditation that motivate closing the eyes. During Zen meditation, specialists also dismiss any thoughts that pop into their minds and basically think of nothing. In time, they learn how to keep their minds from roaming and could even have the ability to take advantage of their unconscious minds. Typically, the objective is to become more aware of presumptions and get insight into oneself. Benefits. Research plainly shows meditation has a wide range of physical, cognitive, social, spiritual, and emotional health benefits. And obviously, meditation can be a great tension reducer, which is precisely why many people turn to it anyway. It's likely that Zen meditation offers many of the exact same advantages as other types of meditation, but much of the research on meditation has not separated between the different types. There is early research that shows different types of meditation might affect the brain in partially different ways. So, it is quite possible that Zen meditation may offer some fringe benefits beyond those seen in other kinds of meditation. Impact on the brain. For many years, researchers have studied how meditation influences the mind and the body. There has been some particular interest in Zen meditation practice and how it impacts the brain. In a 2008 study, researchers compared 12 people who had more than 3 years of everyday practice in Zen meditation with 12 novices who had never practiced meditation. Everyone in the study was given a brain scan and asked to concentrate on their breathing. Once in a while, they were asked to distinguish a very real word from a nonsense word on a computer system screen, and then they were advised to fixate on their breathing again. The scans revealed that Zen training led to activity in a set of brain areas known as the default network. The default network is linked to wandering minds. The volunteers who frequently practiced Zen meditation also had the ability to go back to their breathing much faster than the beginners after being interrupted. The authors of the study concluded that meditation could enhance the capacity to stay focused, concentrate, and limit distractions, all of which can be a battle for people in today's digital world. Access to the unconscious. There's also been a lot of interest about whether Zen meditation can allow specialists to better access their unconscious minds. It's thought that the conscious mind can only concentrate on just one thing at a time, like your grocery list or a book that you read. Though professionals presume the unconscious mind is large, most scientists really believe that knowing how to access unconscious procedures could foster greater creativeness and help people become more knowledgeable about what they need to do to reach their objectives. A 2012 research study analyzed whether Zen meditation helped professionals better access their unconscious minds. All of the individuals were experienced Zen meditators. One group was asked to practice meditation for 20 minutes. The other group was asked to read publications. After this, all of the participants were seated in cubicles with a computer system. They were advised to link 3 words presented on the screen with a 4th associated word. They were also asked to type the answer as quick as possible. The people who meditated just before the test had the ability to complete the task quicker, which demonstrated that they had a better access to their unconscious minds. In another research study, one group was again asked to meditate for 20 minutes, while the control group was simply told to unwind. After this, all of the volunteers were asked 20 questions, each with 3 or 4 right answers. An example could be this. They might be asked to name one of the 4 seasons. Even so, prior to seeing the question on the computer system screen, a possible answer like spring flashed for 16 milliseconds. On average, the meditation group gave 6.8 answers that matched the subliminal words. The control group only matched approximately 4.9 words. The researchers concluded that the meditators were better able to access what the brain focused on than the non-meditators. The study authors report Zen meditation may be able to provide better insight into what is going on in the background of the brain. How to discover it. There are tons of ways to learn more about Zen meditation, consisting of audio programs, online videos, online learning programs, and books committed to the subject. You may also find a Zen meditation class so that you can learn a lot from an instructor. Additionally, there are a range of meditation retreats that last anywhere from a weekend to a month or more. Zen meditation retreats are especially well known with tourists in China who want to learn the practice in a Buddhist temple. So depending on your interest, needs, and spending plan, there are lots of ways to find a program that will help you learn Zen meditation methods. Is Zen meditation right for you? When it comes to meditation, it is very important to find out which type is best matched for you. Research shows that Zen meditation doesn't always end up being preferred. Truth be told, at times, it's near the bottom of the list. In a 2012 research study, university students spent 7 days practicing a specific type of meditation over the course of 4 weeks. At the end of the study, they were asked to rank the meditation practices in order of personal preference. Enjoying your meditation practice is key to sustaining it over a long time. If you try Zen meditation and it isn't right for you, don't discount all kinds of meditation. This has been Meditation, Techniques for Stress Management and Breathing. by Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens. Meditation. Relieve stress through art, coloring, and bathtub meditating. By Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens. Chapter 1. How to use coloring mandalas as a meditation method. The easy act of coloring a picture can be rather advantageous in eliminating stress and anxiety. One popular way to do this is to color mandalas and use it as a type of meditation. This form of art treatment has become popular among adults as well as children because it is a relaxing exercise that can take your mind off of other things. Research studies have revealed that the geometric circles referred to as mandalas can be especially helpful over the other types of illustrations. What is a mandala? In Sanskrit, the word mandala means circle. Circles are an effective sign found in each culture. We see them in halos, prayer wheels, and other spiritual symbols, and also architecture and nature. Mandalas are spiritual circles that have long been used to assist in meditation in the Indian and Tibetan religious beliefs of Hinduism and Buddhism. Many other faiths, including but not limited to Christianity and Taoism, have integrated mandalas into their spiritual practices as well. Mandalas could be real drawings or paintings. They could also be short-term creations, like sand mandalas, which are usually ceremoniously taken apart after completion. The primary circle shape of a mandala is filled with a range of geometric shapes and symbols. These are usually repeated in symmetrical patterns using strong color designs. The process of creating mandalas is as essential as viewing the finished work. The intent of both stages is to focus the body and mind, which is precisely why they're an ideal tool for meditation. Mandalas as art treatment. Mandalas can also be used as a healing tool for meditation. Meditation itself has been revealed to lower stress, battle depression, decrease pain, and lower blood pressure. It might also enhance the body's immune system and stimulate the release of melatonin, a hormone believed to slow cell aging and promote sleep. While it is uncertain what effect visual mandalas might have, people might find that they're a useful tool for their meditative practice. Mandalas aren't just something to look at or contemplate. There are now mandala coloring books that can be useful to anyone. Coloring a mandala using pencil, crayons, paint, or pastels integrates the advantages of meditation and art treatment into a simple practice that can be done at any time and place. People who color mandalas often experience a deep sense of calm and well-being. It's an easy tool that does not require any competence, but it can be incredibly calming and nourishing. Mandalas not only focus your attention, but also enable you to express your creative side, which tons of us overlook in our daily lives. They can be especially useful for kids. Coloring mandalas can help children deal with emotions and deal with health problems. Instead of verbalizing their emotions, many children show themselves through color and art. Psychologist Barbara Sorkis, Ph.D., has used these color-feeling wheels for children with cancer and their brothers or sisters. She notes that it can be used with kids as young as 3 years old and that it is a workout in which they don't fear distributing their emotions as a normal kid's drawing may. Individuals with a terminal health problem. The University of California at Irvine Cancer Center and the University of Pennsylvania Cancer Center are just two cancer centers that have offered mandala workshops to cancer survivors. People who want to quit smoking. For the same reason that many smokers use up knitting when they quit their habit, coloring mandalas can keep your hands occupied and help alleviate stress. You can bring your mandala book with you, so you can pick it up for some minutes at a time anytime you feel the urge to smoke. Still, mandalas aren't for everyone. Coloring a mandala includes repetitive movements and grasping. This can worsen the pain of rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis in the fingers. It can cause pain in individuals with carpal tunnel syndrome, lateral epicondylitis, or tennis elbow, and other forms of recurring stress injuries as well. How to color a mandala. There is not that much to coloring a mandala for meditation purposes. It just needs several easy steps and a bit of time when you can be alone. You will really need crayons, pencil crayons, chalks, pastels, paint, or markers in a variety of colors. Print a mandala or use a mandala coloring book. Find a quiet and comfortable place where you can work comfortably without diversions. Start coloring. When you are coloring, try not to think way too much about your choice of color, and don't worry about matching colors. Let your instincts guide you. After you start with the first color, the rest will follow naturally. Susan F. Fincher, the author of many mandala coloring books, says, "One color on the mandala welcomes another, like a visitor who asks to bring his friend to your party." Find mandalas to color. There are numerous resources where you can find mandalas to color and incorporate into your meditation practice. Websites like colormandala.com enable you to print mandalas from your computer system. You can also find mandala coloring books, such as Fincher's books from Shambhala Publications. Yet another option is to draw your own mandala. By utilizing fundamental illustration tools, such as a compass and protractor, you can produce your own geometric patterns to color as well. They're quite basic, and there are no right or wrong ways to draw them. Simply start creating shapes within a pretty large circle. The repetitive process of coloring the geometric shapes within a mandala can be advantageous to people of any age. Just try to keep from the concept that coloring is just for kids. Rather, use it as a constructive way to find some silent time to soothe your thoughts from any tension and anxiety you could be feeling. The relief you find could just shock you. Chapter 2. Art Activities for Tension Relief. Many people who are creatively likely say that the creation of their art is a terrific stress reliever. The creation of art can offer a catharsis for challenging emotions, a distraction from stressful thoughts and experiences, and an actual chance to enter into a state of flow that can be restorative in lots of ways. Moreover, it produces a gorgeous artwork in the end. Even those who aren't artistically inclined can still gain from artistic creation. Studies that analyze the effects of art on stress and mood do not analyze the talent of the subjects or the quality of their productions, just the impacts on how they feel afterward, and these effects are highly positive. So if you're looking for a great way to ease stress, you may want to try diving into an art activity anyhow. Here are some fantastic ideas to get you going. 1. Art activities for tension relief. Research studies show that art treatment, coloring mandalas, and attracting general can lessen anxiety and battle negative mood. Most of the research studies have people drawing or coloring for about 20 minutes, so it's truly not needed to be a gifted or serious artist for this stress reliever to be valuable. No artistic ability is required, in fact. See this post for more details, the research on art therapy and art for stress relief. One reason illustration and coloring might be handy for tension is that the act itself brings us to the present moment. It can be a workout in mindfulness. Also, the creation of something stunning can be soothing and engulfing, as we know from research on gratifications. There are tons of ways you can take part in creative undertakings to relieve your frazzled nerves, or just to deepen your inner peace and show yourself, and each has its own appeal, based on your personality and needs. Here are some of the more beneficial ways to tackle coloring yourself into a location of peace. 2. Create something lovely for stress relief. Some people are deeply gifted artists who can produce realistic drawings, amusing cartoons, powerful anime drawings, and other pieces of art with relative ease. Other people cannot even draw stick figures. When it comes to tension management, the end product does not really matter. It's the process of creating an art piece that counts. One study divided partially stressed subjects into 2 groups and found that creating a picture, instead of simply taking a look at and arranging well-known art pieces, relieved anxiety and decreased negative state of mind. In this study, they chose between using charcoal pencils, oil pastels, and even regular colored pencils, and the drawings themselves were not elevated, just the anxiety levels and state of mind of the people after they were done. So whether you are someone who already enjoys creating art but doesn't make time for it, or you are a person who doubts their own artistic capability, let go of results. Produce something that's just for you in a drawing journal, a canvas, or whatever you have handy. 3. Create your own symbolic mandala. Carl Jung was just one of the original advocates for creating mandalas as a healing tool, and a legion of therapists and art enthusiasts have participated, suggesting this practice in the decades since. Mandalas are circular designs that include typically detailed patterns and symbols within them. One study found out that creating mandalas minimized the signs of trauma in PTSD patients a month after clients engaged in this activity just 3 times. Creating a mandala enables you to process some of what you are feeling by including symbols that represent what you have been through in your life, triumphs that you have had, challenges that you have faced, or anything else that is essential to you without getting into the story of it and possibly triggering rumination. The practice also allows you to root yourself in the moment as you produce an art piece and can free you from concerns about if the photos look good or perhaps reasonable. Your mandala can look however you want it to look, and it can be rich with meaning or just a bunch of shapes and squiggles that look good to you. All you need to do is have a good time. 4. Coloring a mandala. If creating a mandala seems like a lot of work, there's an easier way. If you have not seen them already, there are some mandala coloring books on the marketplace, and they take the necessity to extract of the formula. You simply choose your colors and develop something stunning the way you did with coloring books when you were a kid. There is some creativeness included and a gorgeous finished product, but less decision-making is required. And if you are uncomfortable with your creative capabilities, this couldn't be much easier. There's also research supporting the easy coloring of mandalas as a tension relief tool. A research study of 50 college students discovered that coloring pre-printed mandalas decreased anxiety in people more than coloring a plaid pattern or illustration. 5. Join an art class. If you have the time for a regular art class, this can be a wonderful choice. The social support of a group class can be a stress reliever in itself, and a supportive, non-competitive class can be extremely nurturing. Another benefit of a class is that it cements the activity into your schedule. You do not have to work as hard to find time for drawing because you already have time for it planned into your schedule. Apart from this, if you are a person who worries about your artistic ability, this can help you improve your capabilities and make it that less of a diversion. Still, if an ongoing class is more of a commitment than you have time for, many communities have one-time workshops or nights where individuals enjoy a glass of white wine with a standalone art class. Look into your choices and see what might work best for you. 6. If all else stops working, doodle. If you don't have time for art classes and a 20-minute illustration session seems more than you have time for, you can always appreciate your inner doodler. While there's not a lot of specific research on the stress-relieving effects of random doodles, there is definitely enough info on drawing and art in general to suggest that it can at least be somewhat valuable and definitely cannot hurt. You can have a journal just for 5-minute doodles and keep it somewhere where it is convenient. At night, you can draw fast pictures of hearts, flowers, or smiling faces for a minute or two, instead of keeping a journaling practice, or in addition to a thankfulness journaling practice, just beautify the margins. The trick is to let your inner artist come out anytime you have time and to enjoy. Chapter 3. Meditation Strategies to Experiment with. Learning how to meditate can be really easy, and it is one of the best things you can do for your health and overall well-being. Meditation is an especially reliable strategy for tension relief because it enables you to relieve tension in the moment and to produce changes in yourself that will help you to be less reactive to the stress factors you will face in the future. Learn to practice meditation several different ways to see what techniques work best for you. Learning to practice meditation can be fun, as there are so many meditation methods that can be efficient. If one style of meditation doesn't feel right, another style will. 1. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness meditation might be one of the more tough forms of meditation for meditation novices, but it is a fulfilling form that brings many benefits, both for the beginner and for the one who practices regularly. For those just learning how to meditate, mindfulness meditation needs no props or preparation, no candle lights to light, mantras to choose, or strategies to learn. Long-lasting practice can build a calmer mind and less reactivity to stress. The key feature of mindfulness meditation is a concentration on the present moment. Instead of concentrating on how something outside of oneself, mindfulness meditation needs a concentration on now. 2. Walking meditation. Learning how to practice meditation with a strolling meditation is basic and provides some of the relaxation advantages of exercise as well as the standard advantages of meditation. The key to a walking meditation is not just the walking itself, obviously, it's the mindset in which you walk. Walking meditations can be quick or slow, can be experienced a clear mind or with the aid of music or a mantra. A walking meditation is specifically helpful for the ones that like to stay active and may feel stressed out with the silence and stillness of some of the other approaches, like mindfulness meditation. 3. Mantra meditation. Mantra meditation is another easy strategy for the ones who are new to meditation. It combines some of the benefits of positive affirmations with the advantages of meditation with the repetition of a single word or sound. There are people who feel a little awkward with the idea of repeating Om or humming, but you can use whatever mantra you like. Similar to walking meditation, the essential ingredient with mantra meditation is the meditative state you'll achieve, and not always the mantra you use, though it is a great idea to pick a mantra you're comfortable with. 4. Life. Mindfulness can be cultivated in a number of ways throughout the day. Basically, staying totally present with whatever you are doing and keeping a concentration on the physical experience of the present moment can help you maintain mindfulness as you go through your day. There are ways to cultivate mindfulness, and as you are learning how to practice meditation, try to cultivate mindfulness as well. It can help you practice meditation more easily and can suit a busy schedule fairly easily. 5. Chocolate meditation. When you're taking a look at how to practice meditation, here's a relatively quick and savory method to try. The chocolate meditation is a type of mindfulness meditation that's usually used in mindfulness-based stress-reducing, or MBSR classes, is basic for novices, engages several senses, and has an integrated benefit of making the taste of chocolate feel more extreme. Using dark chocolate for this exercise brings its own benefits. If you're trying to find something easy and new, try the chocolate meditation. 6. Breathing methods. Breathing meditation is one of the most well-known forms of meditation because of its ease and simplicity, as well as its benefit. Breathing is always occurring, so it's a hassle-free anchor for meditation. The breath provides a natural focus that is unobstructive, but always there, and creates a natural rhythm to get lost in. You can practice breathing meditation for several minutes, or for longer, and always find relaxation. 7. Bath meditation. One soothing technique for those looking at how to practice meditation is the bath meditation. A bath meditation integrates the basic advantages of meditation with the advantages of a relaxing hot bath, which can relax tired muscles, provide a relaxing atmosphere, and enable a temporary feeling of escape from stressors. Being in the water can also help you to stay awake, something that is very important, but at times challenging if you are learning how to meditate when tired. You should try a bath meditation and be clean, relaxed, and ready for bed, or a low-stress day when you are finished. 8. Mini meditations. For those who feel they do not have time for full-length meditation sessions, 20 minutes is a really good average amount of time. Or for those who would like to experience some of the benefits of meditation between longer sessions, mini meditations, meditations around 5 minutes in length, are a great strategy to try. Mini meditations are very simple and fit in well with even the busiest of schedules. Learn to practice meditation in much shorter bursts and work up to longer sessions, or just use this technique for quick and practical tension relief. Chapter 4: Using Fidget Spinners for Stress Relief. Have you seen tons of those three-sided propeller gizmos that everyone appears to be spinning in their hands nowadays? Do you own some yourself? Fidget spinners have become exceptionally popular with kids, leading them to be known as either a ridiculous trend, a useful pattern, or a diversion worth banning from school, depending on who you ask. They're also touted as incredibly advantageous, with makers saying gains like increased concentration for those with ADHD and autism spectrum problems, and relief from stress, anxiety, and even post-traumatic stress disorder signs. But are these claims based upon sturdy research, or are they simple marketing hype? Here is what the science could and might not demonstrate about fidget spinners. What research says about fidget spinners and easing stress. To begin with, there are no peer-reviewed clinical research studies conducted on fidget spinners at this moment, so such claims are not based upon a body of research studies or even a single research study, but on an extrapolation from other research that might seem comparable, or at the very least to the fidget spinner makers. Having said that, there are some studies and theories that might be considering when making these claims. Here are some findings that may support the benefits of these devices, and some that might not provide a clear link, but are valuable to know about. Distraction from rumination. One potential path for fidget spinners to be stress reducers is through their capacity to distract us from rumination about things we find demanding. While studies haven't examined whether fidget spinners are positive distractors, there is research that has taken a look at the effects of interruption on rumination. One study published in the Journal of Unusual Child Psychology separated tweens and teens into 3 groups to see the effects of diversion, meditation, and problem-solving on rumination. It's not surprising that meditation had a favorable effect in ameliorating rumination, but the interruption interference also helped individuals shake off rumination, in contrast to the problem-solving activity. While the interruption in the research study wasn't a fidget spinner, but a listening and rating activity, the fact that distraction could help people guide themselves from meditation in ways equivalent to meditation is significant. Meditative results may remain in store. Mindfulness and meditation have been shown to have significant positive effects on tension, both everyday stress, and more serious forms of tension disorders like PTSD. Fidget spinners have the capability to be good objects of focus for mindfulness meditations, and if they encourage meditation in those that would not usually take part in meditation, this can possibly be considered a benefit of the spinner itself. Movement and ADHD. Some research has realized that youths who experience ADHD typically gain from movement and feel more focused after being allowed to move their large muscle groups. This isn't always demonstrated to be the case with fidget spinners, though the argument can be made that any movement can serve a similar function. There is also the possibility that the advantages acquired from large muscle movements are from the exercise included, as there are tons of demonstrated advantages to work out. Mini rituals can help. Those who are on the spectrum might experience stress relief from mini rituals or repeated behaviors that supply connection and a reassuring interruption. Using a fidget spinner, like a mini meditation or other routines, can provide this kind of outlet. Normalizing a need to fidget. One anecdotal benefit of fidget spinners is that it stabilizes some behaviors that many kids, specifically those on the autism spectrum, find to be difficult to stop, but also not shared by other kids in the environment. With fidget spinners, a real need to fidget stops being seen as something that sets these kids apart and makes them feel different, and more something that everyone is doing, a trend that they're in on, which offers social convenience for most people who are just trying to fit in with their peers. Associated tension relief techniques. In the end, if a fidget spinner helps you to feel less stressed out, there is no reason not to use one. Meanwhile, if they irritate those around you or distract you from your work at school or on the job, it's best to leave them in the home. If you're searching for helpful ways to alleviate tension, there are always those associated techniques that may be quieter and less distracting. Plus, they're not going out of style anytime soon. Doodling. Research studies have found that releasing your creative side in the form of doodles can be a handy tension reducer. Anything from drawing in the margins of a notepad to enjoying a coloring book for adults to creating actual art pieces can be great for stress relief. However, doodling is probably the closest art-based activity to fidget spinning and is easy to do. Whatever you select, fidget spinners and other hand-focused tension reducers, just focusing on tension relief can help you to produce routines that can minimize persistent tension. And eventually, lots of things can be helpful if they personally bring you tension relief. Chapter 5. How to eliminate stress with art treatment. While art treatment is its own field, you can also use self-directed art to express your creative side, decrease stress, and get in touch with your feelings. A lot of us comprehended the power of art instinctively as kids. Virtually all kids are aware of the delights of sculpting something with Play-Doh, painting something with fingers, or drawing with crayons and other materials. Other than making random doodles in the margins of a page, if you resemble most grown-ups, you probably don't express yourself with art as you did when you were a kid. You could not think you're any good at creating art, or you might not think it's worth your time, but art is actually an important activity. There are lots of reasons why art is a great stress relief tool, even for those that do not consider themselves creatively inclined. Advantages of art treatment. Whether you could give Vincent van Gogh a run for his cash or can barely draw a stick figure, art is a wonderful way to decrease tension. According to the results of a 2016 research study published in the Journal of American Art Therapy, discovered that just 45 minutes of creative activity can decrease your stress, no matter artistic experience or skill. Here are some ways in which creating art can help relieve stress. Function as a kind of self-care. Sometimes, with all of life's obligations, we forget that we really need and should have downtime and self-care. Taking even some minutes on a regular basis to dedicate to a hobby can give you more of what you need in this area. With art, you have the additional benefit of being entrusted something gorgeous, or at the very least, interesting to show for it. Helps you utilize a state of flow. Some psychologists defined flow as becoming deeply engrossed in an activity. Similar to meditation, flow can enhance performance and lower tension levels. You might experience flow when you're practicing an instrument, playing a sport, gardening, writing, painting, or illustration. Takes your mind off things. Producing art can take your mind off of whatever is stressing you, at least for several minutes. It's tough to keep pondering on your problems when you are focused on creating. If your problems stay with you, you can integrate them into your productions. Once you are done, you should have a clearer head with which to tackle your problems again. Sketchbooks for stress relief. Keeping a sketchbook is just one of the simplest ways to alleviate stress. It can be a kind of journaling, and like journaling, it can be cathartic, creative, and stress-eliminating. You can use a diary for personal art therapy and stress management in the following ways. Begin a dream journal. A dream diary can help you identify patterns in your dreams, which point to parts of your life that really need extra attention. You should try keeping a notepad and pen beside your bed. As fast as you wake up, draw the first images, signs, or words that come to your mind. Don't worry if you're not good at drawing. Your dream diary is for your eyes only. Draw what you feel. Draw your stress. Drawing literal or abstract representations of what's stressing you out can help you show feelings that may be challenging to take into words. Keep a thankfulness journal. Lots of people keep a thankfulness journal to catalog what they're grateful for. Individualize your thankfulness journal by drawing the faces of those you really love, spots that bring you peace, or other things that you are thankful for. The process of sketching can be a great stress reducer, and reviewing your productions can also bring you some peace in the future. Start coloring. Nowadays, coloring isn't just for children. Adult coloring books can be especially unwinding for those who do not feel artistic but still want to produce stunning pictures. Chapter 6. Drawing, Art Therapy, and Tension Relief. Art treatment has been widely practiced for many, many years, both formally in a therapeutic context and informally amongst the ones that just feel better when they draw. Decades ago, psychologist Carl Jung advised coloring mandalas, circular designs that contain intricate patterns or symbols, as a healing intervention to promote mental health, as he persevered that drawing mandalas had a soothing effect on his patients while facilitating their processing of thoughts and emotions. Ever since, art therapists have long advised this practice and have reported positive results, though these results were not demonstrated by research until later. While there is still room for a lot more research studies on mandalas and drawing, in general, some research studies have already shown us some essential information about the efficiency of using art for tension relief. Creating art can minimize anxiety and raise mood. One research study from researchers Chloe Bell and Stephen Robbins arbitrarily designed 50 grown-ups ages 30 and under to either develop artwork or sort a series of art prints. Before either group was asked to do anything related to art, they were asked to take part in a mild stressor of creating a 10-item order of business of their most pressing concerns, which was created to develop a mildly negative mood and moderate anxiety that the activities could then potentially decrease. After this, they were given assessments of their moods and anxiety levels. Lastly, one group was provided paper, colored pencils, charcoal pencils, and oil pastels, and 20 minutes to create art. The second group was given a stack of 60 art prints and the directions to sort them based upon their pictorial content for the next 20 minutes. Both of these activities would expose the subjects to art, but only the first group was involved in the creative expression. After 3 measures of negative state of mind and anxiety were collected before and after each intervention, the results revealed that the group who created artwork experienced considerably greater reductions in negative mood and anxiety compared with the art sorting group, demonstrating that the mere act of making art can substantially minimize negative state of mind and anxiety, some of the negative results of stress. If you're stressed over the subjects being intentionally stressed by thinking about their most important concerns for the purpose of the study, scientists inquired all to produce a list of their 10 most positive or favorite memories before they left, which can be rather handy in itself. Creating mandalas can reduce symptoms of trauma. Another study was conducted with those struggling with PTSD, divided 36 subjects into 2 groups. The ones who drew mandalas for 20 minutes at a time for 3 days in a row, and those who were instructed to draw an item for the same time period. Those who had drawn mandalas showed a reduction in signs of trauma at a 1-month follow-up, while those that drew a thing did not. It must be noted that other potential distinctions in the groups were studied, but this was the only difference that was statistically significant. Some of these expected changes, such as distinctions in anxiety levels amongst the ones who drew mandalas and the ones who did not, have been found in comparable research studies with less distracted subjects, so it is possible that the more moderate states of tension can be more easily impacted by drawing. It needs to be noted that, in this study, participants were asked to develop their own mandalas using symbols that represented their emotions or emotions associated with their trauma as part of the design, instead of coloring in patterned mandalas that had been previously created. Just because of this, there might be some added aspect of catharsis here. Though the act of coloring mandalas is similar to that in the selection of colors and the calming act of coloring itself are the same. Coloring pictures can relieve anxiety. No drawing skills necessary. A last pertinent study was conducted by researchers Renee van der Venet and Susan Cerise. In the study, they measured 50 subjects' anxiety levels, induced anxiety in subjects by inquiring to write things about a past afraid event for 4 minutes, examined their anxiety levels again, and then divided them into 3 groups: one that colored mandalas, one that colored a plaid design, and one that drew freely on a blank paper. Each group drew for 20 minutes using 6 colored pencils. The practice of coloring mandala illustrations has been shown to decrease anxiety levels considerably. The researchers gauged anxiety levels both before and after the illustration activities and found substantial reductions in stress in the coloring groups. They observed that those in the free drawing condition seemed to stop briefly to think of what to draw, and some appeared to have a problem with the open-endedness of the drawing task. Perhaps there were a lot of choices with free drawing, where mandala drawing permitted more concentration, focus, and present-mindedness. And sometimes having a lot of choices can be demanding in itself, even if the choices are relatively irrelevant. This study is particularly appropriate for the ones who aren't totally comfortable with their artistic capabilities, but enjoy doodling and coloring, which is a pretty large group, and lends support for the stress relief coloring books that have become increasingly well known amongst grown-ups. This is all great news for those wanting to relieve anxiety and tension and lift their state of mind. If you have ever just wondered if taking a few minutes to illustrate can actually help with tension, now you know that it can. Maybe that is why many of us intuitively doodle on the sides of our lists with chores, or why teens usually draw pictures in class. If you've wondered if a stress relief coloring book is well worth a shot, as I had, it seems that they can indeed be useful, as the mandalas used in the third research study were extremely comparable to those in mandala coloring books sold in popular bookstores. Just creating something you think is lovely, or that reveals your emotions, can be handy, so let your inner kid loose and get out those colored pencils. Chapter 7. How to Relieve Tension with Bathtub Meditation. Meditation is a powerful stress reliever and a habit that can result in durability to tension and increased inner peace. While this might not come as a surprise, if you resemble many people, you're aware that meditation can be valuable, but you may have some trouble making it an everyday practice. Life obstructs. This is okay to a specific degree. Practicing meditation once can be practical. Having said that, to gain the full benefit of meditation concerning creating resilience and a long-lasting sense of peace, it ought to be practiced routinely. There are various ways to experience the advantages of meditation, and having more alternatives at your disposal can mean that the practice is simpler to maintain on a regular basis. One calming approach is to practice meditation in the bath. Steps and tips for performing a tub meditation. A bath meditation combines the basic benefits of meditation with the benefits of a relaxing hot bath, which can soothe worn-out muscles, provide a relaxing atmosphere, and enable a short-term feeling of escape from stressors. This is a routine that is easy to practice on a nighttime basis. How do you make a bath meditation reliable? Here are some things to bear in mind. Make time. Block off at the very least 15 minutes where you won't be interrupted. That means creating a few extra minutes in your schedule, putting the phone straight to voicemail, telling others in your family not to disturb you unless it's an emergency. Whatever you really need to do to set personal boundaries and block off the time, it ought to be worth the effort. Use aromatherapy bath products. As you run the bath, you may want to incorporate some of the advantages of aromatherapy by using bubble baths or bath oils fragrant with lavender, shown to be unwinding, peppermint if you want to feel more alert, or another fragrance that you truly like. Research studies show that subjectively pleasing aromas bring stress relief advantages too. That way, you can add another layer of stress relief with no additional effort. Get in and relax. Let your breathing end up being slower and much deeper, allowing your stomach to fluctuate with each breath, rather than your shoulders or chest. This type of breathing is more natural and can help calm your body's natural tension response in case it is still triggered from the day. Focus on sensations. Now, just fixate on the sensations you feel in your body, the warmth of the water on your skin, the pressure of the tub against your back, and when your mind drifts from the present moment and those physical sensations, without judgment, notification where your attention has gone, and bring it back to the physical experiences in your body. Enable your attention to continue the rest of the present moment and see where you have drifted. Carefully bring back your mind. Stay in today. If you find thoughts of the past, the future, or any form of internal discussion happening, carefully redirect your attention to the present moment. Continue for some minutes, and you should feel soothed and relaxed rapidly. If you're a newbie when it comes to meditation, you may want to try the meditation part of it for 5 or 10 minutes initially, and work your way up. Time spent in the tub, in meditation or not, should still be relaxing enough. If you think it is tough to keep your mind completely clear, you might want to try a mantra meditation. This is a form of meditation where you concentrate on calmly repeating or shouting a sound or phrase over and over. Closing your eyes while you meditate may help you keep your attention focused on your mantra instead of your environment. You can also try it with your eyes open and resting on a single focal point. It can be a great option for those who end up being frustrated by a mental voice that wants to keep talking. You can also add music as a centerpiece for your meditation with the musical bath meditation. That can increase your relaxation, as music brings its own benefits for tension management. Experimenting with different types of meditation can help you to find multiple preferred tension relief strategies and can make it much easier to make meditation an ongoing routine, enjoying the resiliency benefits at the same time. This has been Meditation. Relieve stress through art, coloring, and bathtub meditating by Athena Doros. Narrated by Sarah Owens.